What's up, XRP community? I wanted to do this XRP video for you guys because honestly, I feel bad for you guys. XRP is really just butt ugly, not doing anything with the entire crypto market exploding. And honestly, we're doing so great in the call outs that I don't feel as guilty doing another XRP video. That being said, obviously this isn't financial advice. Always consult a financial professional before you make any financial decisions. This is just my own opinion of the chart, really. So this is XRP dominance, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this video. I told my subscribers last week that I didn't think XRP was going to be doing that great just because the dominance chart didn't really look right to me yet. Here's the 5-month candle. I think it really needs to close, which is going to be at the end of October 31st at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then I think we'll still probably see somewhat of a retracement. Could be small, could be bigger. A couple different areas I'll be watching for the retracement would be 1.27 and then 1.17, maybe even just a little bit lower and then taking off higher. So that's what I'm looking for. 5-month closes at the end of this month. Here's the 4. It already looks really good. I marked the open. Typically opens of candles like this, hammer-like candles, will sometimes act as support, so we could bounce there. That's at 1.27 area. 1.17 would look like that down to here and then a pump back up. So it might not be, as deep as that. And so let's look at the 3, up off red, coming back in, pretty normal. Same with the 2, just not really good looking. Monthly, up, down off of a green, pretty healthy. Expecting this to come back up, dropping off of a green, just needs to do its thing. So it would look like, you'd probably get the red or something, and then you're dropping in November, and then hopefully you're pumping back up. Question at that point is, do you need to get a green monthly November and then fire in dominance in December? Or could you just do something like this where you drop and you're exploding higher, drop and exploding higher? And that's too hard for me to say. You know what I mean? Be easier for me to say if we did get it like a hammer or some kind of bullish monthly here and then we're set up to explode. Well, yeah, that's way more obvious, right? But my main thing to me, that's obvious to me because I know how to read a chart, is I know 1.27 and I know 1.17 are going to be areas where if it is down there, I know that XRP strength-wise should deliver, right? So 3-week down off of a green, expecting it to come back up after we get a bottom. 2, pretty ugly. That was another reason I didn't think I was going to be doing that great. Here's the weekly. Probably could chop around a little bit here. Kind of getting caught up in the moving averages. 3-day, let's just go down to the daily. So that's dominance. You're getting the picture, right? Why November is probably going to be, we should see XRP strength start in November, but I think initially I know that initially in November, like the beginning of November, or it could even be at some point, maybe not initially, like there could be weakness showing, and that can show different ways. The market could be on fire and XRP is just not getting up really that much at all, if at all. And that will send the dominance down. Or it could be that the market is dropping and XRP is dropping more than, the rest of the market. So, various ways that can happen, but like this could literally be the bottom and XRP is just slowly grinding higher while the rest of the market is skyrocketing, and then, pulls back, plays around, whatever, and then starts to show strength, and that gets that does the dominance thing, right? So various ways that can happen, right? But still pretty suspicious, even in the apex here, of how tight we're getting. Let me show you the XRP Euro chart because I think it's way prettier. So this is XRP Euro, and I just have a 2-week pulled up, kind of see what's going on. a lot of wicking below my trend lines here. I mean, you can see how well these trend lines have actually been respected going back to 2020 and 2021. Just like very well respected, very, very well respected. And then, we also technically like really broke down. It's cleaner on the USDT pair, and I'll show you that, but like you can connect all these swing lows, this area of support through here, and the trend line was good. I know because on USDT, the actual back test was like, you can see it, like it came up, back tested here, got rejected, came back in. So it's not just this trend line, it's this trend line as well. And like I had rookies out there, a couple girls, I think, rookie technicians that were saying like, oh, well, your trend line's not good then, because I was saying, they were talking about how we were maybe breaking out. And I was like, no, probably not. Like, it looks like we're back testing. We also had this trend line, just a bunch of stuff. I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about? But it was just really bearish to see this break here back in April of 24. Just not good to see that. And obviously, what happened next. Just nasty. Come back up, test that. Huge, nasty sell-off there, too. Just what they're doing with XRP is just, it's just the most effed up stuff ever, dude. Just crazy. So, but anyways, just beautiful looking symmetrical triangle. Just absolutely gorgeous symmetrical triangle. And I know there's a longer term symmetrical. This one is like within it, but this one is just so clean and pretty looking that like the measured move on this, like this is what I'm going by for some of the measured move. Like, on the euro, it's 6.53. On USDT, it's right around there. It's right around $7. It's like 1,000, 1,100, 1,200% move or something like that. And this is such a clean pattern, and that's such a clean measured move that I could almost guarantee that when XRP hits the measured move precisely, like whenever it breaks out, you move this wherever it broke out, to get the perfect measured move. And I would go back and make sure the trend line is like perfect length and everything. As soon as you hit that exact spot, could almost guarantee that at that exact spot or right around it, you're going to see some sell-off. Pretty much. I could almost like that. It just happens that way most of the time with measured moves. Sometimes there's an overshoot. Sometimes there's a little bit less. It doesn't make it all the way there, but typically it's pretty on point. So, we'll look at USDT, but I just want to show you how pretty it is, how well respected. Anytime it dropped below the trend lines, came all the way back up. You can see that in the 2 week really perfectly. Some of the lower time frames, it's not going to look as good, but that 2 week shows it well. This is the 3 week. 3 week dropped off this green, so like, and it closes on Sunday. So I mean, anytime you see that, like this can rally and get back up. And it could even go. Like whenever I see something like that, this thing could just go. If it broke like 59 here on the euro, like this thing could just start ripping to the upside. So I always like, it's good to look at all the different time frames and like look out for stuff like that. But this weekly does not inspire confidence whatsoever. And honestly, I think the weekly needs to set up better than that, much better than that. I mean, ideally, like, and the fact that there's no lower wick here currently, that like is pretty sketchy to me as well. But I don't know. It's going to do what it wants to do. Point is, very tight in here. XRP has been slowly like wide, starting out wide and volatile, and coiling tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, with the exception of this jab down here, clearing leverage to the downside. So are they ready to pop it and clear leverage to the upside? I mean, that's the plan, right? My question is there a last drop to the downside? And here's the euro version of this same pattern that takes us close to 7, depending on where we break out of it. Here's the trend line that I was talking about that's a lot cleaner here, going back, respected all over the place. So when I had rookies talking shit about my trend line, like clearly they don't know anything. You need to like be looking at it as much as possible, not too much, but enough. I don't have a million trend lines drawn, and these lower time trend lines, like this is zoomed in, this is a falling wedge. on like lower time frames. So I could get rid of that. I could get rid of this descending wedge here. Like I could get rid of those. And then this chart's pretty clean. Even these support lines, I could get support resistance, like horizontal lines I could get rid of. And this chart would look a lot cleaner. Even this little kind of like ascending wedge here or bear flag, whatever you want to call it here, get rid of those. Like, you know what I mean? These are just lower time frame trend lines. A lot of idiots out there don't understand that when they're like, oh, you got a million lines. Like, dude, yeah, because I'm looking at all different time frames all the time, you know? So they just don't get it. They just don't get it. They're too stupid to understand it. So, you know, look at this, guys. I mean, look at this trend line coming through here. Breakdown, back test, drop. Back test. I mean, it's not really a back test at that point, but resistance. It was like not able to get through it, not able to get through it. Even when it broke out from this trend line here, just not able to get through it. And this didn't even look right here. Like getting up off of a red like that, that's butt ugly. Especially if you think you're gonna what, get a breakout? Like that's not a setup for a breakout. Like this is a setup for a breakout. You know what I mean? Even this looks better. You know, like it's just, I mean, a lot of the time it needs to look right, right? Starter candle down here, go, boom, boom, you know. So this doesn't, to me, this doesn't look right. Still doesn't look right. If anything, it looks butt ugly to me, and it looks risky because it's so flat on the bottom, getting up off this red after this drop into moving averages. It just looks risky to me. And I'm not saying it can't just go. Anything can happen. Anything can always happen in the market. You got to remember that. Like anything can always happen in the market. But if you're just going off odds, you know, and statistics and what actually happens with price action and candles, like this looks like shit for a breakout right now until it sets up better on the weekly. And I just don't think it's there yet. So we could slowly grind higher, put in a better weekly candle, then pump off that. We could come in down here. Remember, it's talking about 47, 48, I think. There's our bottom trend line through here. And, you know, maybe drop into 47, 48, and then maybe get back up and set up nicer and prettier and then pop it and go, you know. But I'm expecting, just given the, talked about the 5-month on XRP dominance. Well, there it is on the actual XRP chart. As long as it closes green or break even-ish, even if it was just barely red but kind of doji-ish, I wouldn't be totally against it. Ideally, it closes green though. The 4 is already green, looks great, and the 3 is green as well. And I don't like the upper wick here, but since it's higher than that candle, but it's still like a nice green hammer-looking candle, really pretty looking. And we're in the apex of this thing. Like odds are on our side to go higher. There's no way in hell this thing would just break down. Not from an odds perspective. Anything can obviously happen in the marketplace. I get that. But the odds are, given this candle here, it's going to go higher before the end of the year, right? We're just talking odds here. The bulls are favored here. It's clear as day. Like that's not even a debate. It's just there. You can see it if you understand it. So I still think before the end of the year, XRP has no choice but to make an attempt to go higher. The only other thing I could see is like maybe it just doesn't go and you get a red close and it's like, okay, like, so what? And then it didn't go, and is the next 3-month candle, this is a fake out and it's a huge blast? Is there a drop and pop? I don't know at that point. That's another conversation at that point. But as it stands now, I see a pump before the end of the year. I just think like, you know, this 2-week, like really? We're going to blast off an inverse hammer like that? I see the moving averages rolling up and it could definitely keep going, but I probably expect a green 2-week close come like this Sunday and then maybe retracement and then maybe go. And that would probably coincide with getting a better weekly setup, I would think. Just seeing this. So 3-week, you know, just doesn't, I mean, what if we get a red 3-week close, you know, even if this gets up, it's like, I don't know, just not the prettiest looking setup, but I just think the weekly candles are not really that pretty for a breakout yet. Maybe we could, but there's plenty of time left in the year where we could get it, you know, get at least like, give me something, give me a 2-week, give me a 3-week, or give me a weekly that looks right, because none of those look right to me yet, you know, give me one of those that looks right. and then maybe we can have a conversation. So, and I just don't have it yet. So that's why I just clearly told you, I told my subs last week, I'm like, I just don't think XRP is going to, I think it's going to show a lot of weakness compared to the rest of the market. And it's the one crypto out there. We're probably going to see that in just given the chart. So, anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't think we're just there yet. I can see how it's setting up. I can see how the chart's setting up. I can see how it's likely going to play out at this point. Seems pretty obvious. We're going to see a pump before the end of the year, at least the start of it. That will probably take us into 25, I'm thinking, just given the history of XRP and how it moves. And, that's it. I'm wishing you guys the best. Always wishing everyone success in the market. It's not easy. I always say that. I'm always wishing everyone the best in the market. It's not easy. But, and especially us, we've been bent for years, unfortunately. I feel like I didn't buy XRP because I knew about riddles. I bought before the case was even a thing. I bought because a couple buddies brought it to my attention. I wasn't into crypto at all. I was really pretty much against crypto. I was big on precious metals like gold and silver and other things. But then I got into crypto, and then I realized, wow, like this is a trader's dream. So I'm really just more of a trader now, but the one long-term crypto holding I basically have with some tiny, smaller, bags is XRP. And what a waste of money and opportunity it has been over the past however 4 years or whatever. Just probably one of the worst decisions I've ever made, ever when it comes to investing. Hands down, even if XRP runs to 7 or it's the longer term measured move of this bigger symmetrical-ish looking pattern, and let's say we jump up to like 31 or even overshoot it into the 40s, like 44, whatever. Still, it's like there's been so much missed opportunity out there that I've seen over the past 4 years that I don't know. It's like, I don't even know if it makes up for it. So yeah, just like, it's a horrible feeling. And that's if it does that, that's if it gets to 30, that's if it gets to 40. I mean, at 7, it's like, dude, there's been so many other plays that, at 1,000%, it's like, dude, over the past 4 years, it's like, it just doesn't do it justice. It just doesn't, it just fucking doesn't. So, not a good feeling at all, but, I'm still sticking to this. I think this symmetrical here, you can just see it. Like, I don't even need to call it symmetrical. You can see how coiled XRP is. As soon as it starts to go, it's going to trigger stops and it seems to just skyrocket, blast through here. Tell you what, if it clears all that leverage is clearing, and we stall here at this trend line around $1.10, I'm going to be talking so much shit about Ripple and just this coin in general that it will be disgusting, because that should not happen at that point. This thing should blow through that, break this swing high, break that. It should just be going, dude. No questions asked. Not with that kind of coiling and buildup. There's just no way, dude. This thing should be ripping through that, ripping higher. I've been trading almost 20 years. Trust me, I know. Like, something that coiled, this kind of configuration, like, things should just be ripping to the upside. Especially when you saw some crap like this back in 17. I mean, damn, dude. So, anyways, guys, I'm ranting. I want to mention the monthly, like how it is now. I mean, not the prettiest, but we've seen ugly stuff before. This was pretty here, but we've seen ugly stuff before, so... anyways, due for a pump here before the end of the year. 3, 4, and 5 going to be looking really good at the end of this month, or sooner, who knows. And it needs to get up here soon, because the 8, the 10, it's going to have to really get up and start pulling these moving averages up and make them look correct and everything. So yeah, anyways, that's what I got for XRP. Long ass video, way too long. I'm out of here. If you want to subscribe, at Signal Bar Method in the bio. The callouts have been absolutely spectacular. spectacular, guys. Callouts have been just like ridiculously good lately, and the constant market updates and everything that I do is above it. It's above and beyond. I was never even going to do it, but I do these daily market updates. I'm very transparent about my own trades, about what I'm doing. Even if it's not a call out, I still tell people what I'm doing in there, and very transparent about everything, and just some market updates, broader market, S&P 500, whatever it is, S&P 500. Big day for the S&P 500 today. Or total 3, total 2, total Bitcoin, whatever it is, so Russell, anything, so big things. Check it out if you want to get subscribed. Otherwise, I have a course in there too. So talk soon. Good luck out there. Wishing the best for the XRP community, and we'll see what we get here soon, right? We're gonna see what we get here soon. Very interesting out there. Very interesting out there. All right, guys. I will talk to you soon.